Welcome to channel where I make your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Karl, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested about migrate to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side, so once we have all the updates and news, you'll be the first one on getting all the insight. Now we have reached the end of year. It's December. Which date? 3rd December of 2022. So we're expecting a lot of people actually graduate either from bachelor degree or master degree, isn't it? Now what should you do and what should you required to prepare off? Now obviously if you're graduating by end of this year, your visa shall expire on the 15th of March 2023. But don't wait until the last moment. Make sure you have your IELTS done and ready to file your 485 visa. And obviously we're going to talk about what you're required to do after graduating, after you lodge your 485 visa. What do you require to do and need to do in order to migrate with a general skill migration scheme. Anyway, let's have a look at the subclass 485 visa. There has been some change announced over the past month in regards, well, obviously to tackle the post-pandemic and the skill shortage issue. So you have that little blue rectangular with a lot of information there. Well, you might want to have a read. It basically says that the everybody's welcome. Australia's lack of skill. They're happy to actually extend it with a further 485 visa, and for the graduate work stream, there's no more skill occupation list required at this point in time until the 30th of June 2023, and further notice will be required whether or not they're gonna extend that. Well, I think they will, but anyway, who knows? Because you know, in the world of immigration, it always change because the law actually reflect to the national interest and also being affected by international events. For example, what's happening in Europe, what's happening in Asia, it will all affect these visa categories. Anyway, if you're graduating by the end of this year, make sure you either lodge the 485 visa. Graduate work stream is for people who actually graduated from a diploma or certificate from TAFE courses. Obviously, you know, over the past 6 months, there has been a lot of refusal on the student visa on the TAFE courses. So basically, if you have been following my channel long enough, it's due to the Job and Skill Summit that the government of Australia is actually giving out. I forgot the actual number, but I think it's about 465,000 places for the domestic student. Who are the domestic student? The Australians, the local Australians. They can actually be free to actually enroll into those TAFE courses. So those allocation is required to be, you know, given aside to the local Australians. And what's happening with the international student? Well, a lot of refusals. Hopefully that will have a better solution rather than, you know, I've gotten high enough seeing those templated refusal decision record. I don't know if you have seen it before. It's basically everybody's the same. It doesn't give much of a credit. But anyway, it's basically because the government of Australia is giving out 465,000 numbers of domestic student free to access in the next 3 years. Now, don't know what will happen next. Anyway, if you study bachelor or master degree, very good. Don't think you'll be affected too much. Just apply for the 485 PSW, stands for post study work stream. You'll be able to get between 2 to 4 years. And then if you're a Hong Kong passport holders, you get straight 5 years. There is a specific pathway for Hong Kong citizens. If you're a passport holder of Hong Kong passports, it's very beneficial for those people. Now, obviously, we're going to talk about 485 visa. That's no magic, no dramas there. Make sure you have things ready. Now, I've seen too many people rushing through, lodging the visa, and then forget about the IELTS has been expired, or you didn't have enough time to actually get your IELTS done, or you have done it but you did not reach the requirement. What do you need to do? Because your visa is going to expire on the 15th of March 2023. Well, unfortunately, there's one way to go. You can actually extend the visa with 600 visa for graduate students. But the downside to that is, obviously, if you lodge that, and if it's granted, then you become a visitor visa holder. Straight away, you lose your work rights. A lot of people come to me and say, oh, what do I do next? Well, why didn't you get your IELTS done during, after you graduate? There was about 3 months and you did nothing. And you have managed to graduate from bachelor or master course or diploma, and you've been in Australia for numbers of years, and you cannot even reach your IELTS result. What do you need to do? And you're still expecting skill migration? Probably not. So make sure you have your IELTS or PTE or TOEFL, whatever the English test done before 15th March. So, just avoid that problem, because the law for 485 visa is that it has to be lodged within 6 months after the completion of your course. Now, question mark here is, when is your completion of the course? Is it when you got your graduate certificate? No. Once you're done your course, completed, go to student center, ask them for a letter of completion, and it will have the date of the course completion right on that letter, counting from that day 6 months onwards. If you cannot lodge your 485 visa, then you probably just forfeit the opportunity to actually gain a beautiful visa that can allow you to work there. Now, anyway, if you have already got your 485 visa, what do you need to do next? Obviously, you got work right, you got everything. So what do you need to do? You need to accrue more points. If you are onto this skill migration, obviously you want to get more points. And how do you get more points in order to actually migrate? Well, good question. I mean, if you've been following my channel long enough, you probably know what you need to do. But I still get a lot of people, they're just not following. Now, first of all, you need to pass your skill assessment, right? Some occupation require you to go through professional year, or require you to actually have a 1 year work experiences done in order to actually pass that skill assessment. Now, there's a very easy way to identify which type of occupation require that. First of all, the professional year is only offered for accounting graduates, engineer graduates, and IT graduates. Okay. Other courses, other occupation, if your courses, it's going to be higher education and you don't get done 3 years of bachelor, then it will be required for additional year of work experience in order to pass that skill assessment. For example, graphic designer. For example, restaurant managers. Okay, so you graduate from a master or bachelor of hospitality management, you're required to have further 1 year, 12 months of experience in order to pass that skill assessment. Obviously, they are 200 or 300 different type of occupations, so I'm not gonna answer all that together. If you have question, you can leave a comment right down below. Now let's jump into the point test table there. Now what I wanted to show you is a lot of people wasted their opportunity whilst holding 485 visa. Why do I say that? Now, opportunity is here. First thing is, again, English language. Now, if you can gain superior or proficient English, well, obviously that is not the requirement for 485 visa, but if you can get that during the visa holding of 485 visa, that's even better, because you get more points. The more points that you get, the more prioritized of your skill migration will be. So why not? Because taking IELTS or English language test does not require, it doesn't work like professional year where you require to go through a whole year of professional year. If you can take the test and achieve superior or achieve proficient level, next month your points go up straight away. It's the best way to actually get more points. But obviously a lot of people say, well, it's not that easy. I have to go to the trainings and things. Well, look, in life, what is easy. Now everything requires to work hard. I mean, it's as long as it's achievable. We have seen so many testimonials that people have achieved superior or proficient English. As long as achievable, it's worthwhile to get it done, isn't it? It's just whether or not you want to do it or not. There's just too many people forfeit the opportunity at the beginning. They're not even given try. But anyway, that's up to you. If you really want to migrate as soon as possible, that's what we'd go. And the other thing is, whilst holding a 485 visa or bridging visa during your visa process, it's obviously get your skill employment done. Okay, there has been too many people over the past, they graduate from IT, for example, software engineer, and then they choose during the 485 visa just work as a Uber driver, a chef, a cook in a restaurant. Well, good, you make money, that's not a problem. But does that count against for your skill employment and get that additional points? No. You need to do something. You need to find a job that actually matches your profession or matches your occupation. So obviously, if you're a cook or chef, you graduate as cook and chef, you work as a cook and chef. You graduate as an accountant, you find a job as an accountant. You graduate as an engineer, civil engineer, you work as a civil engineer. That is the best way to go, because you have enough time, enough year of 485 visa allowing you to accrue to get more points. And why do we need to get more points? Well, it's pretty easy. The more points, the higher the point that you have, the more prioritized and more opportunity and chances that you get invited for skill migration. Anyway, should you have more question or query, more than welcome to leave comment right down below. And happy graduation. I see you soon. Goodbye.